So our topic is accountability, which is one of my favorite subjects. And it's a favorite subject because it has been a profound power tool in my life. So I say accountability is your spiritual power tool. And I'm telling you, when you get this, it rocks. So let me explain. One of the things that I've seen with many spiritual seekers is they simply don't keep their commitments. You know, challenges that we human beings have is we live in a world where there's so much we'd love to be doing. Gosh almighty, we could keep ourselves busy all the time, 24/7, reading fantastic spiritual books, going to spend fantastic spiritual classes and workshops and seminars and listening to a gazillion different downloads and audiobooks and whew, there is so much. And then there's all the world of television and just so much in this world that we could do and that we'd like to do. And very often we overcommit ourselves, we overextend ourselves, we over-volunteer, we overcommit, and then we don't actually keep all our commitments. So we don't really hold ourselves accountable. It is an issue. It's an issue. One of the things that I see is people who will come in for counseling who will say that they feel that people in their life don't keep their commitments to them. And then what they begin to recognize is we look deeper, they don't keep their own commitments to themselves. People say that they're going to deepen their spiritual practice and they're going to invest more of their precious time and energy in their spiritual practice, in their meditation, in their contemplation and all of that. But they don't. And there's this illusion that many spiritual seekers have that when they have more time, then they're really going to devote themselves to the spiritual practice. Well, okay. I think a lot of us know time is an illusion. So we're not slaves to time, unless we think we are. And then we definitely think we are. So I used to feel like I was a slave to time, and I was always running to catch up until I changed my mind about that. And one of the ways that I was able to change my mind about that was I started to make a commitment to myself to hold myself accountable. And it is challenging because there are many more things I would like to commit to doing than I can possibly do. And sometimes I have to realize, oh, I've overcommitted myself. Thank goodness I have finally realized what is most important for me to commit myself to, and that is my spiritual practice, being the living embodiment of my spiritual practice. So there are many spiritual seekers who would love to share their spiritual understanding and their beliefs with others. They'd like to convince their friends and their family members to think the way that they think. However, many spiritual seekers don't actually live their beliefs. They don't live them. So they're not holding themselves accountable. What I see all the time is folks who have this belief, this understanding that all thoughts produce form at some level, that their thoughts are creative and that their life experience is being generated by their thoughts. And then simultaneously they have the thought that things should be different than they are. And they have the thought that things aren't the way they're supposed to be. And they have the thought that there's something wrong with them, and they have the thought that there's something wrong with the one they love. And all that happens is they are forgetting that their thoughts create form at some level. And the reason is because there isn't a commitment to the spiritual practice. So actually, that's why I created the Finding Freedom Spiritual Bootcamp class, to support people who are ready to get real, to get into the nooks and crannies of their life where the rubber meets the road. So if you're feeling that you're ready to just even comprehend that accountability is your power tool, and then it's beyond integrity, because there are just so many little ways that we don't hold ourselves accountable. And what it really does is it seems to diminish, or it's like your power is leaking away. And many people, I certainly didn't, don't know what is causing them to feel powerless. Like they can't seem to get over the hump. Like they just can't seem to stop playing small. They know all that they need to know to live this fantastic, miraculous spiritual life, but it's just not happening for them. Accountability is part of it. It's a really important part of it. Accountability is part of a powerful spiritual practice. Accountability is spiritual practice. And when you're willing to understand that and hold yourself accountable, you will blow your own hair back. And I would love to support you in experiencing that. Because you living your most incredible, beautiful, best life, and being free in your heart, in your mind, to give and receive love in every moment to the fullest capacity, that benefits everyone. So I am totally on board if you want to play. Play in finding freedom. Join us. We are going to rock it out this summer. This is the summer of love and compassion and forgiveness and freedom. Are you ready to find freedom? Are you ready to hold yourself accountable? If you're not, you'll know. And if you are, don't worry. It's not as scary as it thinks. We're going to do it together. We are going to have a good time. Miracles are your natural state. Let's go. Bring it, I say. Bring it to the spirit. Here we go. Let's have fun together. We're doing it.